Attorney General Pam Bondi appeared before the Senate Judiciary Committee today, where she fielded questions from Democrats about a wide variety of issues. An Illinois senator pressed Bondi about the order given to FBI agents to flag any documents mentioning the president during a review of the infamous Jeffrey Epstein files, to which Bondi replied she wouldn't discuss that. Tessa Bennett joins us in studio with more on Bondi's hearing. Tessa?
Manisa, that same senator also asked Bondi what the rationale was behind the Trump administration's decision to expand the use of the National Guard. Other senators directed questions at the Attorney General about the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey and drone strikes on suspected drug cartel boats.
I took office with two main goals: to end the weaponization of justice and return the department to its core mission of fighting violent crime.
Over the course of 4.5 hours today, Attorney General Pam Bondi testified in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee for a hearing on oversight of the Justice Department. It marked her first time testifying before the panel since her confirmation hearing. Bondi failed to provide direct answers regarding several areas of interest for the Democrats, including discussions held with the White House over investigations into President Donald Trump's adversaries, her handling of the files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, the use of National Guard troops in American cities, and the U.S. military strikes on alleged Venezuelan drug cartel boats.
What has taken place since January 20th, 2025 would make even President Nixon recoil. This is your legacy, Attorney General Bondi. In 8 short months, you have fundamentally transformed the Justice Department and left an enormous stain in American history.
Bondi sparred with Illinois Democrat Senator Dick Durbin over several lines of questioning, starting with Durbin's push for information regarding the expanded deployment of the National Guard.
Yeah, Chairman, as you shut down the government, you voted to shut down the government, and you're sitting here, our law enforcement officers aren't being paid. They're out there working to protect you. I wish you loved Chicago as much as you hate President Trump, and currently the National Guard are on the way to Chicago.
Durbin also pressed Bondi about the Epstein files. She appeared to stonewall his attempts to gain insight into an alleged order that went out to FBI agents, asking them to flag any documents from the files that mentioned President Trump.
So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump?
To flag records for President Trump?
To flag any records which included his name.
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this, and you won't do it today, but eventually you will.
Another Democratic Senator, Sheldon Whitehouse, also questioned Bondi about Trump's potential connection to some of the materials uncovered in Epstein's case files.
There's been public reporting that Jeffrey Epstein showed people photos of President Trump with half-naked young women. Do you know if the FBI found those photographs in their search of Jeffrey Epstein's safe or premises or otherwise? Have you seen any such thing?
You know, Senator Whitehouse, you sit here and make salacious remarks, once again trying to slander President Trump left and right, when you're the one who was taking money from one of Epstein's closest confidants.
For their part, Republican senators asked Bondi about allegations that as part of the January 6th investigation, the FBI obtained phone records of GOP lawmakers, improperly spying on them.
Can you tell me why my phone records, when I'm the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, were sought by the Jack Smith agents? Why did they ask to know who I called and what I was doing from January 4th to the 7th? Can you tell me that?
Bondi says she'll look into it. The Senate Judiciary Committee oversees administration officials' work, holding them accountable. And following today's hearing, many think it's likely Bondi will be back to testify again. Bondi's hearing came one day before former FBI Director James Comey is set to be arraigned in federal court. Bondi refused to answer questions today regarding her conversations with Trump over Comey's indictment.